On October 15th, I took delivery of my 2019 Subaru Forester. 7 days later, I took it on a 30-mile high-clearance four-wheel drive trip through the Gila Wilderness of New Mexico. If you are considering purchasing the 2019 model, you might want to watch this video to see how it does. My off-road adventures began in 2010 with the purchase of a two-door Jeep Wrangler. She and I had great times together for the last 8 years, but she was too unstable at high speeds, noisy, and guzzled gas on long road trips. I did my homework and decided to replace her with the new Forester built on Subaru's global platform. I'm an avid backpacker and have done several hikes in the Gila, but never from the Snow Lake trailhead near the headwaters of the Middle Fork. I was interested to see how the devastating Whitewater Baldy wildfire of 2012 recovery was going. My goal was 4 days of wilderness hiking through ponderosa pines down the Gila River, with 3 nights of camping under the stars in my trusty hammock along the riverbanks. I was unfamiliar with the road from Glenwood to the trailhead, New Mexico 159, but I knew it had lots of hairpin turns as it switchbacks over the Continental Divide.
Well, here we go.
This video was filmed on the return trip, as I didn't feel comfortable holding the camera on an unknown road on the way in.
We are in a Subaru Forester, which is somewhat high clearance, but this is the way I came in, so this is the way I'm going out. Here we go.
The road was not nearly as bad as some I've done in the Jeep, but it was really narrow in spots. I encountered a pair of RVs on the way in that I had to pull way over to let by me. They were so close, if my Forester had one more coat of paint, it would have gotten scratched. I left early on the way out, so I didn't encounter anyone. There were a few modest water crossings. It rained a lot before and during my hike, so there was a lot of drainage going across the gravel road. I was able to average about 20 miles an hour on the way down. The Forester did a great job on the wet, loose gravel. I was impressed with how well Subaru's all-wheel drive performs on steep grades with tight turns. It handled the curves much better than my Jeep in four-wheel drive. I was pleased that I never bottomed out. The road was actually in reasonable shape with no severe washouts. Finally, I arrived in the ghost town of Mogollon. The road was still gravel, but well graded. I had a few more water crossings, but they were actually paved with concrete to prevent erosion. I want to return to the ghost town and do a little exploring sometime. There's even a museum and restaurant there. Right below Mogollon, the gravel was replaced with pavement, but it was still one lane with no center line and tight switchbacks. The views along this highway are tremendous. I arrived home safely with only some dust and mud that had to be washed off the car. Couldn't be happier with my 2019 Forester. Thanks for watching. If this video was useful, please leave a comment or subscribe below.
A little bit, this is just east of, I believe, Willow Creek. And you can see the devastation of the mountainsides over here. Just, the trees are all pretty much toast. There's a few aspens that look like they're coming up. But that's about it. Through here, the deforestation comes right up to the edge of the road. No question of that.